Very good evening, folks. I hope everyone is doing well. I said I'd pop on tonight for about 45 minutes, just have a chat with you. I haven't been live since Tuesday night, so we'll come on, have a chat, see how he's are feeling. Are you over the slur of Tuesday night, the absolute disappointment? Are we all focused on Sunday against Rangers at Ibrox? Let me know in the comments. As I said, a bit of news has emerged over the last hour. Celtic are in lock talks with Swansea of the possible sale of Idah for £7 million. £7 million. I'll just show you the source as well, just in case you think it's a lot of absolute horseshit. So this is the source. Anthony Joseph, Celtic fan as well. He is, works for Sky Sports. Updates: Swansea City are closing in on the signing of Idah. It's understood that a deal in the region of 7 million is nearing agreement. If agreed, Idah could head to Swansea for the medical in the next 48 hours. Now, Swansea, the highest fee they paid for a player over the last three transfer windows is 5.1 million. But since then, they've got a bit of ownership. Luka Modric has shares in the club. Snoop Dogg has shares in the club. So I could see it happening, to be honest with you. Like, Idah was good when he came in on loan at Celtic. Obviously, I was one of the first Celtic YouTubers to say, look, yes, it's a bit of lack of ambition from the board going for the third choice striker from Norwich. His goals take the game ratio wasn't great, but he wasn't the first choice striker at Norwich. He had Pukki ahead of him. He came in, scored them two vital goals at Easter Road, scored away in Motherwell, scored in the cup final, and then a lot of us were calling, I was crying, calling for his name to be signed permanently. And then the saga went on. They got a new manager in Norwich. They were playing him, and then he came in the door like 3 games into our season for just a deal that could rise up to 9.9 million. And it was just, he just fifth. I know 20 goals last season. A lot of people would say that's not a bad return, but it's just been, it was so inconsistent over the last year. And then it's, as I said this a couple of times on the channel, it's the facial reactions, it's the body language that says everything. So if Idah goes, we have to get a new striker anyway. Look, I'm not going to say the word replacement for Idah. I know some people might think I'm mad, but he hasn't hit the heights at Celtic. Simple as. This is why this strange story emerged last night that he was up for sale, and I put up a post saying I'd pay for his taxi fare down. And I was getting a few gobshites as usual, like, oh, that's disrespectful. This meant to be a Celtic page, blah 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 blah. Who cares? The fact is, it's happening. It's gonna happen. He's going. He hasn't done enough. He's got a cup. He's got in the cup final, and he's like bleeding a legend because he helped us win the double in some Celtic fans' eyes. Tuesday night was a disaster, and I'm gonna say this again on the channel. It wasn't just one or two individuals. It's a whole team performance. It was absolutely rotten. It was the worst Celtic performance I've seen in recent times. I know Lincoln Red Imps was bad in Gibraltar. I know Malmo was bad. I know Cluj was bad at home when we played Callum McGregor left back. But my God, even Ferencváros during lockdown, that was a bad night. But that was the worst by a country mile. And I know you might think I'm absolutely nuts what I'm going to say, but I think I would have rather been beaten in a derby, hammered 3 or 4 in a derby, than the way that we played, the way we went out. Because you recover from that and get over it quick enough. But the Champions League exit, maybe it's a blessing in disguise because we've seen the Champions League group, or the Champions League phase today, and you're looking at them teams in that Champions League, you're like, fucking hell, with that squad, you wouldn't compete. You'd be getting hammered to FIFA scores. Let's be brutally honest. So people are saying in the comments, Maeda needs to go. Oh, Maeda hasn't been at the height so far this season. Look, we played 6 games so far, isn't it? 6 games. And people are saying Maeda is this, Maeda that. Maeda is scoring the cup in the League Cup. His head is not in it just yet, but I think he will turn the corner. Maybe Maeda needs to start playing more central. Simple as. He didn't, even though he didn't cut the other night in that centre position while Yang was on the left. There's talks of Yang going to Birmingham City as well. There's been reports that Birmingham are keen to sign the South Korean winger. Let's be honest. I'm looking at Yang's 70 goals or 70 games, 9 goals for Celtic. 9 goals. It's not good enough. Not good enough for the winger. And I don't care if people are going to comment saying, oh, he was more used as a sub. Tough luck. He isn't good enough for Celtic. There's a lot of parachute players there that need to be, parachute needs to be cut. Get them out the door. Move forward. But we're in a weird situation, folks. Like, we're top of the league. We have a full weekend to get business done before 7 o'clock on Monday night, which the transfer window closes. And we have a derby coming up, which we'll have to kind of bounce back from. At the same time, they got hockey last night by Club Bruges as well. If this is your first time coming across the channel, please subscribe on the YouTube. If you're on the Come On The Hoops Facebook page, go over to Come On The Hoops YouTube and subscribe. Exact same name. It'd be appreciated. Well, the good news is tonight, finally, we have confirmed the signing of Michel Ange from Royal Antwerp. A deal around £5 million for the 24-year-old. He's been asked, is he ready to go into the trenches, basically, on Sunday. And he said he's ready to go and he wants to give everything for the team. As the old PR marketing stunt, as all players will say. But you know what? Like, we sent a delegation over to Belgium last week to sell the Celtic brand to them, which we should never be doing that, first of all, because we're a big club. We shouldn't be having people going over to get a winger. It just shows bad. It just shows poor ambition from the club. We should have had this lad in about 6 weeks ago when he wasn't picked for pre-season squad in Austria or Switzerland, where when Antwerp was over there. It shouldn't have gone to that case. So he's in the door. What we expecting, left winger, can play on the right. Hasn't been capped for Belgium in senior level. He can play for the DR Congo as well, and he's played under 20 level for Belgium. He has European goals to his belt as well. Is it 11 o'clock? Is it? Some people are saying 7. Some people are saying 11. And I originally thought it was 11 o'clock anyway, to be honest, which is, I won't be doing a show on Monday night because I'll be in Santa Ponza, so I'll miss out on some content. If I can get a bit of Wi-Fi and if I can get on, I'll have a chat with you. But yeah, Michel Ange has to start. But where is Lawwell, and why is Lawwell in France? Because Lawwell's a cocky shite and he's part of that UEFA delegation or that UEFA executive board, and he probably thought Celtic were going to be in that drawer today. Kick in the face, innit? Kick in the face. And us fans are hurting more than the border that we're not in it. But at the same time, as I said already, maybe it's a blessing, because all shape or form, we're going to have a whack in the Europa League. Is that squad capable of going far in the Europa League? Time will tell. Time will tell. 4 home games, 4 away games, not even getting a quarter of what we would be in the Champions League. Being a part of this Europa League is an absolute laughing stock. But at the same time, we are a Europa League team, but we got to prove it. Do we start Shin Amada on Sunday, Brian? You know what? He's been at the club for what, 4 or 5 weeks now. It's like we're throwing him in the deep end. I would start him on Sunday, definitely. I haven't even thought of the starting lineup just yet, to be honest with you. It's only Thursday. Kind of want to see what happens over the next couple of days, but definitely not. Time to renew the old chestnut. Elyounoussi is available again. Was he not playing for Copenhagen? Did they not qualify for the Champions League? Elyounoussi, I liked him. I liked him myself. I think obviously it's just a season that he came on loan like that. And it didn't, the second season he came on loan, it just didn't work out for him. It just didn't work out. Even though he scored some goals in the Europa League and stuff like that. I think he scored 2 goals away in Lille. But it's just been absolutely brutal. So Brian says, praise the Lord, the guy has been signing for years. Yeah, it's been like 4 transfer windows we've been linked with Michel Ange. I've talked about him so many times in the channel. I've watched these videos of obviously cutting in, scoring a couple of goals in the Belgian Pro Jupiter League and stuff like that. But that's really, you can only go by statistics and best clips. That's really it. Like he hasn't he's never played against Celtic before, but interesting to hear that Swansea have had investment outside them. I'm all sure that more so Celtic fans. But look at Swansea, fair dues to them. If they want Adam Idah, we have a lot of people in Glasgow that are willing to drive him down the road. I'm sure we might have someone that's someone that flies helicopters. They could send them down in the helicopter as well. Just getting down the roads. As I said, look at it's the body language for me that's just shown over the summer that he doesn't care. You look at Luke McKeown. You look at the way Luke McKeown was upset the other night compared to Adam Idah. Adam Idah puts his hands on his knees and just like, didn't get the Champions League. You know, didn't get in the Champions League. Just had that feeling when he was stepping up for the penalty that he wasn't going to convert it. And it's a sad thing he's our second most highest paid transfer that we've done so far. And you're gonna put your hands on your head and say, for fuck's sake. But I wish him the best down in Swansea. I hope he kicks on and he gets goals down there and he does well because he knows the league inside out. But is 7 million back from a guy that's going to be basically a dud all last season? I know people might say, how's he a dud when he scores 20 goals? It's the lack of consistency with Adam Idah. We've seen what he done against Villa, 2 cracking goals. We've seen what he done at Ibrox, scored a nice goal, but you can't rely on him. He's more of a guy that comes off the bench and tries to make an impact. We have not replaced Kyogo. Simple. We haven't replaced Kyogo, and we're talking about replacing Idah. We need to get 2 strikers in. And you got Rangers across the road there in Govan that's at the Boyan Morovsky for 2.6 million from Genola in the La Liga. Madness. Absolute madness. Like, they've done fair enough. They're in a bad place and they didn't qualify. They got absolutely scalped last night, which was an enjoyable game to watch. They got scalped by Club Bruges or Club Brugge, if you want to call it. And they're doing more business than we are. So far, we have spent 8.5 million in this transfer window. Genola, whatever. So I always get confused with the Serie A side and the La Liga side. Well, he was over in Spain anyway. He's coming back to coming back to Scotland anyway. Norwich robbed us, and we've robbed Swansea. Fucking, I take the 7 million. I was saying it today. If we can get 5 million from, I'll be laughing. If you get 7 million, because he has 4 years left in his contract, that's the reason why. So I'm going to tell you Adam Idah's stats. 76 games for Celtic, 2 league titles, League Cup, 29 goals. 29 goals in 76 games. Some people might say that's not a bad stats. Some people might say it isn't good enough. Let me know in the comments. Apparently, that this left back can play right back. He can. So Marcelo Sarcili can play left back and right back. He's played in Bundesliga for Red Bull. He's played for Boca Juniors the last year and a half over in the Argentinian league. He's Uruguayan. He's been capped for his country 9 times. He's played for Galatasaray as well. He's played for Levante. So there's no option for us to buy Sarcili for even at the end of the season. It's just a loan move, and that's it. 27-year-old. Look at, I've seen a lot of comments over the last couple of days about Tierney saying that why did we not keep Taylor? We have a guy in that can play beyond 70 minutes, beyond 60 minutes. I understand that, but he does have leadership attributes as well. I would have loved if we kept Taylor. I wanted to keep Taylor, but at the same time, you got to think of his perspective. He came in 2019 to replace Tierney, to be first choice left back, and he played over 200 games for Celtic. And there were some seasons he was shy, some seasons he was unbelievable. I think in Ange's treble season he was absolutely outstanding, but Greg's missed, and As I said, Brendan Rodgers has said a couple of times, it's not just the player as he is, it's the guy that he brings to the dressing room. He brings around the training pitch. You know, he's one of them senior players in the squad, and we haven't replaced Greg Taylor in some aspect. Bringing Tierney back Tierney's his own player, but Tierney needs to get that 90 minutes in the belt. And we all know as well, regards to Kieran Tierney, we have that doubt in the back of our heads. Could the injuries hit any moment? Like, all I keep thinking about is when we're going to play Falkirk, Kilmarnock, and Livy, I won't be playing Tierney. Regardless, I would not be playing Tierney on them pitches. You know, evening Pats 7-2. I would throw Bally in. He's a pro. He's fit in a couple of sessions with the boys. I'd throw him in on Sunday. I really would throw him in. Like, you put him on the left, put my 8 in the middle, Negrin on the right, Callum, Bernardo. I'm saying Bernardo now. Bernardo, because Bernardo played well against Livy, even though he's only a 6.9 rating on FotMob. He played actually all right, grafted well in that position, Callum's position. Bernardo, and he scored against Rangers as well in the past. Bernardo, Atate, Callum, Ralston. Do you know what? I know I sound crazy when I say it. I know a few of you might think I'm absolutely nuts when I say this, but I would probably play Donovan over Ralston. I would play Donovan over Ralston on Sunday. Tierney will play left back. It'll be Scales. It'll be Carter Vickers. Carter Vickers and Trusty were called up for the latest American squads as well for their up-and-coming friendlies against Japan and South Korea. Surprise, surprise. As I said, start the lad Donovan on Sunday. I'd start him. I actually would. I think even, you know what? Am I crazy when I say this? Would you put Dane Murray in as ahead of Scales on Sunday? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Would you put Dane Murray in ahead of Scales as well? I signed a 38-year-old Gary Hooper. Anything better than that shit we have just now? I signed a 38-year-old Jamie Vardy. Let's go for Vardy. I know he's linked. I know he's being heavily tipped for a move to Serie A to Cremonese, but yeah, still not announced yet. Not announced. Well, there was pictures of him boarding a flight on Tuesday night, leaving Argentina for London. So obviously he goes to London, does his medical, gets the international clearance, all that jazz done. Probably be announced tomorrow. Keep an eye on it. Could be tomorrow. Could be an 8 o'clock. Confirm, like a post about it. Confirmation. Confirmation. So good evening, Liz. Good evening, Jim. Good numbers tonight. Good numbers. Those reads are tuning in. Is Vardy gone? Like, there's obviously, who would you take Vardy 100%? There's obviously talk of Vardy obviously going to Serie A, but I would, if you could hijack the deal, I know that sounds a bit crazy for a 38-year-old free agent. Hijack the deal, get him in. You know, best draw for outcome. So I'm gonna do a live podcast tomorrow for the draw. So I hope if anyone's around 11:45 tomorrow, I'm gonna go live and do a watch along for the draw. So I've done this for the Champions League last year. I'm actually pretty enjoyed doing it for about an hour and a half. So hope it'll be interesting. Cremonese, yeah. There was talks of him obviously being linked with Napoli as well originally, but yeah. Mark Hendry just confirming the Idah stuff there. I usually go by Anthony Joseph. Mark Hendry's he's a good journalist, good sources. And then you've got Stephen McGowan as well of the Daily Mail. He's a pretty good source. Obviously, this source broke last night from, I think it's Alan Nixon. He broke the source about Idah and Swansea. And then followed after it was Pete O'Rourke on the Football Insider. Football Insider, I wouldn't trust them, to be honest with you. Their accuracy regards to stories is about 20%. And you know, they got it right this time for the change, but I don't rate the Football Insider. But when I seen it on Sky Sports this morning, Anthony Joseph, good follower of the page as well, he put it up. I was like, yeah. I wish I got him on over the summer. I just, obviously, it's been so busy. I'll try get him on after the transfer window when I come back from Spain. On the 9th, I'll see, can I get Anthony Joseph on for a good chat about Celtic and about going forward this season. But that one's talking about Brendan in the comments. Right. So I done a video earlier on the YouTube channel talking about Brendan Rodgers. Are we at crossroads with Brendan Rodgers? Regards to his style of football, regards to his contract, regards to the not being backed with the interest of Nottingham Forest. What do you do? Do you ride out Brendan Rodgers' contract and leave it be? Or is it a case where you come to mutual terms with Brendan Rodgers and let him go and get someone else in? Let me know, because there's been a lot of comments over social media, people saying, people have been saying, oh, we'll bring Ange back. Bring Ange back. I don't think Ange is going to come back. A big reason why Ange won't come back to Celtic is because he's after probably getting a decent payout off Spurs. I don't exactly know the figure, but he probably got a decent payout off Levy after the Europa League final. He's probably enjoying his time off. There's talks of him going to Forest because he's a good relationship with the Forest owner. But I think Nuno's still at Forest anyway at the moment. Brendan Rodgers needs to go and get tougher with the board. It's a weird one, like, because a part of me is like, yeah, he's won us a double treble. He won us two. He basically was on the verge of winning a treble. He came back and he's won us 2 league titles. He's won a Scottish Cup and a League Cup. But I just feel like you look at the last two big games, the Aberdeen game, Cup final, tactics were brutal. No aggression in the play, a lot of possession football, tippy-tappy at the back, and it's very similar to what happened in Almaty. There's a part of me saying, has teams sussed out Brendan Rodgers' tactics? Are Celtic too predictable to play against, where you just put 10 men behind the ball, they'll try tap it between the centre-backs and try cut through? We don't have that type of player where you might say Callum McGregor does at times, where the defensive midfielder takes the ball, takes a run at it, uses these 2 other attacking midfielders. We don't see that urgency in that play. And this is why we really need a defensive midfielder in. Big time. Brendan's gone anyway. He's done with it. I don't blame him, to be honest, which is his part. Like, he just had to take accountability of the failure the other night. The team have to take it. The manager takes it and the board takes it. I've said it already. I was swinging 70% the board the other night. I'm going to go 60% the board, and then the manager and the team, that 40%, because we should have enough on that squad to go out and win on Tuesday night. It was useless to watch. It was absolutely dire to watch, and you call it out. You call out how bad it was, and you get these happy clappers with the green tints on, brushing their shoulders. Oh, did you watch the game? No, mate. I sat there for 2.5 hours on a YouTube live watching it, stressed down my head. Of course, I watched the fucking game. Like, I put up a picture here on the video of Ange and Newson. I would be a fan of getting Newson in, but a part of me thinks if Brendan was to leave, it's either going to be these three managers. It's going to be Scott Brown, it's going to be Sean Maloney, or it's going to be Neil Lennon. It's going to be one of them 3. I'm telling you now. They'll take the route of, we know these guys, they have a connection to Celtic. They get the philosophy, they get the ethos, you know how big it is at Celtic. You'll get that shite. Newson will be good. Marco Rose, where's Marco Rose now? Is Marco Rose still in the Bundesliga? Is he still in the Bundesliga? Did we not play against him recently? Hib just conceded an extra time against Lega Warsaw. We see Aberdeen were beaten 5-2. Was it 5-2 on the night, or was it 5-2 in aggregate? If Neil Lennon comes back, I'll be done. I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised. And that's not me trying to kill the buzz or anything in that shape of frame of mind, but would not be surprised. At the same time, you're thinking to yourself, right, would Lenny come back, considering the way he was treated during COVID? You know, they did hold on to him as long as they could, even though that season was atrocious. Lenny should have been gone after that derby. I love Neil Lennon to the core. I love Lenny. I've met Lenny so many times, but he was just out of touch, completely out of touch, and that the way they conducted ourselves and stuff. But Neil won't ever have a third go. Won't be surprised. Don't rule it out. Don't rule it out. I said Brendan Rodgers to come back to Celtic when Ange was leaving. Before Ange even left, I was saying it 10 days before it, and people were like, nah. Never say never in football. I'm telling you. Lennon destroyed the club last time. It was a bad year for Lenny. Bad year for everyone. Marco Rose, yeah. Good manager. Good manager. He done well with he done well with in Red Bull and Austria and stuff like that as well. Scott Brown and Sean Maloney give you a head of wobble. Can you not see what I'm saying, James? I would like someone like Marco Rose or Newton if Rodgers was to leave tomorrow. There's no point going for Ange because Ange won't get backed by that board. He knows what he's getting signed up for. And if that board are being sleazy with Brendan, what are you going to be like with Ange? People might say, oh, Ange might be opposite. He might have a bit of bite to him. He might call the shots. I don't know. I think Dermot Desmond keeps his card close to his pocket and Lawwell's just being Lawwell. But when I say Scott Brown and Sean Maloney, it's because they had a Celtic connection and the board are cheap. The board are cheap. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I don't know if you see what I'm trying to say to you. What manager in the right mind would want to work for that board? Exactly. You know, bad year for Lenny. He should never came back. Do you know what he should have done? He should have literally just rode out that season when we won the league at Batodry, won the Scottish Cup final against Hearts. But what happened instead? When he was in the shower, Peter Lawwell with the biscuit tin and the contract threw it at him and came out and said in a press conference that we've agreed a long-term deal with Neil Lennon. Now, there was no confirmation from the club. It went on. Lenny went on holidays and the rumours were floating around for ages. But that was the truth behind it. That was the truth. So there's 88 people tuning in tonight. I hope you are doing well. Comment below. Look at that beautiful sunshine. Look at that picture. Got from the range. It was last year. I love having the purple gaff, you know, the purple gaff. It's the Barcast gaff, you know. That's what it is. Stephen Robinson, I'm a big fan of Stephen Robinson. I don't know if Celtic would approach Stephen Robinson. I don't know if he's at that level to be the Celtic manager, but he's more established than Scott Brown. Let's be arguing sake about it. He's done well with St. Mirren. He got Motherwell to a couple of cup finals as well, which we beat them. Knows the league inside out. Good professional ahead of the way he speaks and stuff like that. Good with a low budget as well. I'm a fan of Stephen Robinson, but I don't know if Celtic would go for Stephen Robinson. I think before McInnes got the job, I thought he would have went to Hearts. I think he'd be the next Hibs manager, to be honest with you, if Gray gets the boot, even though Hibs are doing well. And look, they're probably unfortunate in the Conference League tonight. You know, I think Rodgers will be here until the end of the season. He's promised 3 years. Yeah, he has promised 3 years, and he's came out and said on record that he doesn't want to leave. He wants to stay at Celtic. But at the same time, you're saying to yourself, you're at crossroads, Brendan. You're not getting back with the board. It's obviously affecting the team. It's affecting you. Your tactics in some games, big games, which is the last 3 big games we played, have been brutal. And I know people are going to say the board, but at the same time, he's the manager. He has to put that team out. And if he doesn't have a plan B to beat a team that's 315th in the UEFA rankings, what does that say about Brendan Rodgers? Brendan Rodgers was the manager at Liverpool. He almost got Liverpool to a Premier League title till Slippy G. You know, he got Swansea promoted to the Premiership. He came to Celtic, done a phenomenal job in the first term, where he got his invincibles, trebles, you know, good mauling of them. But it's not the same Brendan Rodgers. And that's the God honest truth. Even though he came back and he wanted to be hungry, showed a bit of passion, his football is not exciting to watch. It is not exciting to watch. I know that sounds very opinionated, very self-entitled, because why would you criticize a manager when he's bringing success? If he was the Brendan Rodgers of the first term, we would have had a treble. If he was the Brendan Rodgers of the first term, he probably had a few more little players in. But instead, he came back, took the high pay grade, done what he could, and he failed in the Champions League qualification yet again. Yet again. Like we failed with Malmo with Ronnie, like we failed with Ferencváros with Neil Lennon, like we failed against Cluj with Neil Lennon. Like it's an absolute shit show. It is a shit show. Marco Newson, Rose Martinez. Roberto Martinez won't be a bad show. Obviously, Sean Maloney is his number 2. Good relationship there with the Belgium, with the Belgium team. That's not a bad show, Wilson. But I know we're probably getting ahead of ourselves saying, who would you like as the next Celtic manager? But you have to ask that question. You have to say to yourself, right, what could happen the next few weeks? Could Celtic come to a mutual agreement and terminate Brendan's contract? He goes, or it comes to a case where Forest come in and they give Celtic, say, 4 million for Brendan or 5 million for Brendan, and we're back to square one. You have to be realistic because you don't know what's around the corner in football, you know? To be honest with you, I wouldn't even call it ditched. This time around, I wouldn't call it ditched because I feel like he's gone to the furthest he can. You might disagree and say, well, he's a season left and he could do a run in the Europa League. Let's be honest, Peter, that squad's not Europa League, not a Europa League challenging team. Probably Conference League at that rate, you know. But just get the comments in. Are you happy with Balikwisha coming back coming into the club? Are you happy that we're going to be getting this Argentinian left back? There was talks that we were looking in Sweden for an Algerian winger, Sebastian Tortorti, whatever his name is. Some of these names are brutal to pronounce. Sorry for my grammar, folks. The way I pronounce stuff, but this guy's 23 years of age. According to Celtic, put a bid in of 3.8 million, the second bid today, and their value Harmony is pronounced. Their value for 5 million. Celtic are playing the biscuit tin mentality as usual. If a player is valued at that, stop fucking. You gotta learn from the mistakes you're making. Buy the player for 5 million. It's not like we only have 20 million in the bank. The rainy day money is gonna have to be used, you know. So Ian has a bold prediction. Lovely picture, by the way, Ian. That's a great picture. And keep my money. Money is where Brendan's going to be at Man United pretty soon. Brendan Rodgers at Man United. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know about that. You know? Brendan Rodgers at Man United. I think Brendan Rodgers would be better at probably going to West Ham quicker than Man United. But it's not a bad shout. If you want to go down to the bookies and put a fiver at it, you know, from the Argentinian team, that's what I meant. He's Uruguayan. He's played 9 times for Uruguay. Stephen. 27 as well. Are we trying to sneak into the EFL through Birmingham one player at a time? Look, at Birmingham are building a team to compete to get promotion. They got Tomoki, they got Kyogo, they're looking to get Yang. I don't know the rest of the players, but you know what? I wish the 2 Japanese boys the best, and if we can get a decent fee for Yang, even if it's 3 or 4 million take, I don't know how much we bought Yang for. I don't think it was a lot, to be honest with you. Brendan and Man United, a former Liverpool. Strange things have happened in football. You can write completely things. That's what I was thinking. A former Liverpool manager. Should we hijack it? Deal's done. Well, according to deal's done. We could still hijack it. We could just arrive at Glasgow International and say, Bojan, come with us. Come to the green side. Play for a decent team, not that shite comedy show. You'll be joining the Govan circus if you go for there, you know? Yeah, exactly. Michael Owen joined Man United and scored the winner in the City Derby as well. A lot of pressure on Balikwisha now to start on Sunday. Of course. All Ince too. Morosky deal. It's done. The deal's agreed, but like it could all fall out last minute. Could Simon Murray do a job for us? No. I think he's a good. I think he holds up the ball well, and I don't think he's at that level. I think he could be a Chris Killen if he came in. I don't think he'd be at that level, to be honest. Simon Murray, like he done pretty well against us the games we played at Dens Park and stuff, but no. Scoop the deal. I'll tell you what, I'm off work tomorrow. How about I go up to Glasgow tomorrow? Go up to the airport. When I drop my missus up for a shift, how about I sit in the airport and I see Bojan Morosky and I say, yeah, look at Bojan. I know you've been offered 2.6 million for your transfer. I'll tell you what, I'm after having a talk with Biscuit in Lawwell and we're happy to go for about 3.2. Would you be happy to join the champions of Scotland? And get him in an Uber, get him up to Celtic Park, and we'll get the deal done. I'll be his new agent. I'll get sorted. I'll have a chat with Peter. I'll have a chat with Michael. We'll get deals over the line. Who needs Fabrizio Romero, eh? Is Hibs even going to Dykes? Dykes is at QPR, isn't he? Oh no, not QPR. Birmingham. He's at Birmingham. He scored the other day for Birmingham. I forgot about that. Landon Dykes, whatever his name is. Not moving from Roski's. It's fucking ridiculous. People are saying he's pish. It's not pish. If he's pish, why did he score a few goals against us in the cup or in the league? He fucking ripped a defence apart. You know. I think he's like obviously hasn't worked out for him over in Spain. He joined a team that were in the Champions League, and I think he scored 5 goals in his whole term over in Spain. But we need strikers immediately. It just shows this is a big weekend. Forget about the derby. The derby will take care of itself, right? And that's not me being cocky. That's not me going in and treating Rangers with disrespect in any shape or form. Because we know what what's the problem with them is. They're falling to the dogs. But this is the type of game where Russell Martin is at the getting scalped by Club Brugge. Had none of my comments. What is your comments, Rab? Look, Rab, stay, Rab, stay. I'll give you a deal to stay. Rab, no, there's so many comments pinging through. I'm not like I don't have a magic hands, man. I apologize if I missed your comments. Right, let's go back and have a look at Rab's comments. Right, we need to keep everyone inside here. Right, where is Morosky deal is done? I read that. I know. I read that comment. So you can't be off for that. You can't give me a yellow card for that. Let's go through. Baz has been saying for about 6 weeks, for 6 months, Martinez. Well, that's Baz, and Baz has a great knowledge of football. Yeah, I've got work, mate. Well, you apologise. Hope you're going to Glasgow to get Morosky, are you? The whole check the deal. Who's that standing behind you? Chris Boyd with a raging face. Give Rob a 3-year deal. Rob's come to Lennoxtown. He's getting it done. Did you read him? Even Vardy's changed his mind. It's a fucking mess. I think 85% of fans know that we're in a bit of a strange place at the moment. Will we win the league? Yes, we will win the league. Will we win the treble? Probably not. We just have to take every game as a cup final, but Vardy can feck off. I want Vardy. Now, this is the thing. Imagine Vardy came in, Wilson. It's like Castaway Wilson. Comes in, bangs in the big goals. Can Rab play in front? Rab can play anywhere. Rab is a versatile player. Rab has everything. Pings them commons, pings them through balls. Play everywhere. Isn't that right? Bamford's another one who's Bamford that played for Leeds. That guy. Could do a job. Some of the names coming out tonight, folks. It's all on the button. I think we have scouts in the comments. If we don't make some decent signings, we ain't going to do anything in Europe. We're not going to do anything in Europe anyway. Let's be honest. Don't be getting into your head we're going to do something in Europe. Forget about Europe. It'd be nice to play, Thursday night and have a few games against decent opposition. Look, there's teams in that Europa League like Roma, Porto, Villa, Forest, like some decent teams. Let's have a look at the teams in Europa League just to kind of bring it down to reality. Bring it down to reality with this, because I understand that you want to run the Europa League, but with the situation in regards to our manager, regards to the lack of signings, the regards of penny pinching, not paying enough. So let's see. Teams. Where can I get the teams? Right, here we go. I'm gonna share this to you so you can all see me beautiful screen, right? We're gonna go into this, and we're gonna be honest with ourselves. We're gonna be honest with ourselves here. So any Celtic fan that thinks we're gonna do damage in the Europa League and thinks we're gonna actually compete in the Europa League and get far, just have a think. Look at this and say to yourself, right. So Aston Villa, Bologna, a team that won the Coppa Italia. Celta Vigo, we had a run in with them in 2002. On the road to Seville. Feuerberg, they're not a bad side. We played Dinamo Zagreb last year in the UEFA Champions League. Go Ahead Eagles. Obviously, he's been in talks with Jacob Branham there for him. Lille, we played them Europa League in the COVID season. Lyon, we played them in 2003. We all remember that in the league stage, on the group stage Champions League. Nottingham Forest, we played them in the 80s. I think, was it the European Cup or the UEFA Cup? Let me know in the comments. Porto, we all know what happened with Porto in this competition, 2003. Almaty was like Porto the other night. Diving, cheats. Real Betis, we played them in Ange's first season. Was it 3 all over in Betis, over in Seville? Roma, my God, Roma. Evan Ferguson, tough. Stuttgart, we played Stuttgart on the road to Seville. Aberdeen, we can't play them unless we get them in the playoffs. They're gone, actually. Aberdeen are gone, sorry. Aberdeen have been scalped by fucking FCSB. So yeah, these are the guaranteed teams that are in it so far. I don't know, is there anywhere I can actually see the guaranteed teams? Obviously, Rangers have dropped into it as well. Fenerbahce's dropped into it. Who else? Basel's dropped into it as well. So there is some decent teams in this. Yeah. Forest, there we go. Worcester. Favorite packet of potato crisps? Good question. I say smoky bacon. I'm more of a king crisp person, to be honest with you. Love it on a baguette, or you want to call it a roll. You Scots call it. You just call it a roll of bap. Even though I'm a Dub man living in Scotland, I hate calling it a baguette. I hate going up and asking for a baguette. I was just saying a roll, but you call it different. It's called it different. Half the teams are really good, like, and Celtic fans are fucking living in Google land thinking that we could do damage. I think the problem with some fans is because they keep thinking, because Rangers done so well getting to Seville, think that we're at that level, folks. We're not at that level. We're not. I'm sorry, but Gio had a decent organised team. They played for Gio then because they were doing shit in the league. They had nothing else to go for, so they pushed for the Europa League. Wheelies. Oh God, I love wheelies. Jesus, why are we talking about crisps here? Why are we talking about crisps? I'm only back when the chippy. I only got a burger supper, battered burger. And that's the truth, Noel. You're right. Like Carter Vickers is probably once gone. Like, pick out 4 players in the comments who you really think want to come from Celtic. Just be honest and see, are we in agreement? You need to get the shit out, sort out, and get the result with any of these. The problem is Peter. Peter's a good name. I said Peter Lawwell because Peter Lawwell is not. Peter Lawwell is too busy over a Monte Carlo sipping Moet champagne. I will be fine. I'm here for the Europa League draw tomorrow. We have money in the bank. We're fine. We're absolutely fine, Michael. Gets a scouting report. We're looking at a guy in Sweden. Oh, how much is he worth? 5. I'll just throw in 1.3 or Celtic. They might accept it. Like, that's the mentality we're dealing with. That's the mentality. Bowie from Hibs scored a lovely volley a couple of weeks ago. No, still too early to judge. We must need a win on Sunday to make a statement. Yeah, look at every game is a statement. Every game's a cup final. I think making a statement is getting players in. And I know we've all been reading comments over the last couple of days of boycott the games. No, you don't boycott the games. Let the board hurt the board where it hurts the most and all this crap. Like, don't go to the games. Folks, we're Celtic fans. Why would you boycott the club you love? Yet the board may be taken out on the fans by not spending money and taking out on the team. Don't boycott games. We're not in the early 90s. We're top of the league. Don't be boycotting games. As I said this the other night, it doesn't matter if you're a season ticket. Your money is gone to the club. It's your own discretion if you want to go or not. You know, support the team. Support the team. There is thousands of people in the world that would kill to go to a Celtic game. Kill to go to a Celtic game. And you have these some people that are just like, oh, I just won't go because I'm pissed off with the board. The board doesn't give a shit if you don't go. You're not fucking Rolls Royce. Get into your head. You may be a phenomenal supporter of decades of supporting Celtic, buying the merchandise, being at European games. They don't care. You're just a number. Just get that into your head. Simple. You know, you can be replaced. Simple. It's a business. I'm sorry for putting a dagger into the heart, but let's be honest. People need to realise this. Boycott the game bollocks needs to stop. It's premature. We're not last in the league. We're not last in the league. Yes, we've failed in Europe yet again, getting into the Champions League for like the 6th time or the 5th time in the last 10 years. Yes, we failed there. We don't boycott the games. Europa League. Should you pay that price for the Europa League? No, you shouldn't. Doesn't mean you boycott the games. Other people will go to the games instead. Simple. It's a Thursday night. It's your team. They're playing in Europe. They're playing the 2nd biggest competition in Europe. And you see the caliber of the teams in the Europa League. Pretty good teams. You got former Champions League winner Porto, won the European Cup twice. You got Aston Villa that won a European Cup. You got Nottingham Forest that won 2 European Cups. We'll be playing against the Coppa Italian winners. You know, teams like that, like, it's just fucking madness. Like, boycott the games is the only way we'll have a voice. No, the only way you'll have a voice if you get decent people that go into them AGMs and absolutely rip it asunder them. That's what you do. You don't boycott games. We're not fucking Rangers fans. Don't lower yourself to that mentality. I know there's groups that have said that the board are accountable. I understand that, and they're putting out there and they're trying to raise the message to Celtic fans that the board are not doing enough, like Green Brigades and boys. I understand where they're coming from, but I wouldn't boycott games, folks. The team needs you. If you want to be successful, you need to be the 12th man. There's no point of going back to the Ronnie Doyle days of having a half a stand. Fuck me, we're not going down to that level. You know, you could boycott the merchandise. For me, it's very hard to boycott merchandise because I'm a football jersey junkie. You know, I just buy everything I can. I bought the USA jersey yesterday. The basketball one for holidays. That's it, Robert. I hope you're doing well. It's that Swedish name, Robert. Faithful, true, and true, no matter what. Exactly. Like, as I said, folks, don't take seeing Celtic for granted. Even though it was a poor show the other day. And a shout out to John Tierney that I've been following a good few years. John's a good lad. He went off to Kazakhstan, and I know there's been other people that went off to Kazakhstan as well to support the boys. Hundreds went over, and Fair play to them. I felt so sorry for them fans have to go through that shit the other night. Honestly, I really did. Like, enough as us sitting at home and having a house coat on and having a bevy, or sitting there with a cup of tea and watching that absolute mockery. But imagine these folks, 20 hours travelling to see Celtic play and getting fucked over like that. Oh, you know. St. Mary's Club, Dublin, they're proud. What is St. Mary's Club? I'm confused. You'll be confused. Where? What? Well said, Keith. Notts Forest, 2 stars. Villa, 1 star. They don't feel entitled. Great point. They don't. The problem is with our fans is because we've been in this fishbowl and we dominate in Scottish football year in and year out. We get to the Champions League because we have that European Cup over our head. They have that start over our crest. We think that we are, because we've signed an elite club with contract with Idah, that we think that we should be in everything. We should be, just merited at everything. It doesn't work like that, folks. I'll keep telling you this. Wake up and realise, for the folks that think tomorrow when we do the Europa League draw, oh, that's not a bad draw, oh, we could do this, we could beat that. I might be one of them tomorrow that might say, oh, I think we have a good chance of beating Porto at home at Celtic Park. It'd be a tough game. Oh, I think we should beat Bologna away. Like, it's no matter what I think or you think. At the end of the day, our opinions don't matter. What matters is when them boys go out into that pitch and conduct themselves. And they need that support, home and away. There is no point of boycotting games. 60,000 seater stadium. Prices have gone up. Why should you waste your money, your 600 on all quid, how much you spent on your season ticket, by boycotting a couple of games to make a point to the board? The transfer window is going to be closed in a couple of days, and the transfer window won't be back open in January. So if you boycotting games, your voice will be heard with thousands and thousands of other voices when you're screaming over to the south stand, sack the board. Even though they won't be sacked, but scream. There's no point of you sitting outside Celtic Park in the piss and the rain on a Saturday afternoon or in the winter's night, shivering, while your team's in there trying to maybe win 3 or 4-0. I just don't get it. I honestly just don't get it. I think it's fucking mediocre stuff, Yeah, the Cluj striker does look good, Wilson, but there was talks of him going for a move to Italy, and that has broken down. So 2 Irish teams are in the Conference League. Well done to Shelbourne, well done to Rovers. Rovers got through beating Santa Clara tonight. I think it was 0-0 at Tallaght Stadium. Shells went up to Windsor Park and absolutely pumped Linfield. I don't support either, but I support Irish football. I don't have it. I don't have a club. I have no allegiance to any club. I've seen Bowes games. I've seen Shelbourne games. I've been to St. Pat's a couple of times with my best friend. I've seen Rovers play against Celtic. I've never been to an actual League of Ireland Shamrock Rovers game, but I will keep an eye on people. Yeah. Celtic's opinion, the Celtic fans' opinion should count, but the problem is, Michael, that's a great point. 100% it's a great point. But the point is, there's no dialogue, there's no communication between Celtic Football Club. Like, even an email going out saying, look, the board is assessing Brendan Rodgers' contract, and we'll have an update regards to direction where we're moving forward regards to Brendan Rodgers at the end of the season. Something like that, saying, look, we are extremely disappointed. A bit of communication wouldn't go wrong, because I watched Paul John Dykes today or yesterday on Sky Sports, and he made some great points that there's no dialogue there. Fans are starting to wake up. Fans are starting to realise of the incompetence of the board of gambling too much when it comes to these Champions League qualifiers, because we may be ranked higher as a European team, as our opponents. We think that we're comfortable as favourites of beating, because they think because we have Celtic Park with a fortress, we're going to scalp these teams and walk past them. It doesn't work like that. And he's right. he's right saying like there should be a dialogue, there should be more communication, but it's been a mess. It's been a mess. Every fan could see it. Bars, some happy clappers, but like you can't keep everyone happy. Went to Celtic against Linfield a few years ago. Was that at Celtic Park or was that the one at Windsor Park where there's about 400 fans in? Transparency. Exactly. That is the key word. 100%. It's on the Scottish Sun. What's on the Scottish Sun? What's on the Scottish Sun? Tommy. Tommy boy. Dolberg. Who the hell's Dolberg? Let me have a look. Don't always believe the Sun. Boycott the Sun. Kasper Dolberg from Anderlecht. Let's have a look. 12.7 million value. Oh, come on. Are you trying to give Peter Lawwell a heart attack here? Let's have a look. Here we go. He's been there's his stats there. 95 games, 44 goals. That's not bad. Played for Nice, 85 games, 24 goals. Ajax, 119 games, 45 goals. What age is this lad? 27. It's not a bad shoe. But how much is he valued? Actually, like how much would? What's the Sun saying, Tommy? What's the Sun saying? Is saying that we're is Anderlecht looking for a decent fee for this guy? How many? Let's have. What's his contract? How long does he have left in his contract? Played against AEK Athens today in the Conference League. Played 90 minutes. What's anything about his contract? Give me a second. I'm trying to see. When did he sign for them? So he'd probably have 2 years left in his contract if that's 2023. So not know much about him. He's more of a poacher. You can see here. So yeah, 105 minutes today. Yeah, not a bad show. Not a bad show. Don't know much about him, to be honest with you. Obviously, looking at the experience of playing for Ajax and clubs like that and stuff like that, but might not be completely true. Just to mention. Well, we'll keep an eye on it because obviously we have been tapping around in the Belgian Pro Jupiter League as well. So I hope you're enjoying the podcast tonight. I will stay on for another. I'll stay on for another 10 minutes. Numbers are good. All I'm asking is, right, I'm gonna say to the whole 11 people on Facebook, the whole 11 of you on Facebook, get your arse over if you have YouTube or a Google account and subscribe to the channel. It's free of charge. If you want to be a member, it's 99 pence. I have a good few members. Fair play to lads. Thank you very much. And lassies, thank you very much. I don't really care about the memberships. I just care about the engagement with you. That's the key thing. Your voice. The board may not hear your voice, but I hear your voice. I can see your concern. I may not ping your comment, but I can see your concern. Okay. Says Celtic lineups 8 million. 8 million international. Well, let's go in for Dolberg. I'm sure Big Cash should be on the phone, speaking Danish to him, having a bottle of Carlsberg tonight, saying, Danish friend, do you want to join paradise? Even though Cash doesn't talk like that. You know what I'm talking about. Get him in. Best 99 pence I've ever spent. See, the hamburgers are going up now in McDonald's, so we can't even go down that discussion. A couple of Alfredo Morelos bars. Alfredo, remember Alfredo? Scott Brown, Alfredo Morelos. I enjoyed them battles. What is he doing with himself now in Colombia? Is he still playing football, Morelos? Remember Sibo? Remember Sibo? Oh, we all remember Sibo. Tommy says, listen, if it's not true, I apologize. I just thought I'd mention it because it came through to the phone. Look, don't apologize. You're not a shithead. Don't you ever apologize, Tommy. You're a good man. You're a good man. Value yourself. You're a good person. You always subscribe to the channel. You've been there since day one. You know, don't you dare ever apologize. You're not like some people that come in and moan. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Is this the type of person that sits at the window all day, peeking through, having a grumpy, moany Mick moment? You know that? You're a good person, Tommy. You know? You care about the club more than the board. I can see that. Sibo. The Dolberg. Well, do you want we do another share in this? We'll have a little breakdown of Kasper Dolberg, cash to cash. So let's see. Let's go in. Where else is the? We'll go into the Sun as well. Right, give me a second. You just have a look at that screen there. Well, I am looking for. Have a look at this. Sports. Let's have a look at the Scottish Sun. Even though I tend to boycott the Sun, I'll have a look at the story. Oh, here we go. So Tommy Tank is right. We'll go into it a second. Vardy ain't coming. Vardy is too busy transferring his WKD bottles over to Italy to have a Vardy party. You stuck up for the board. Tell us how hard it is to get a transfer. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And you know what? Brian? I'm glad you brought this up, because I did stick up to the board, and I did turn around and say, we got to have patience. But that was 5-6 weeks ago, Brian. We're back to the same scenario we were every single year. Lastminute.com. So I was right to say sticking up for the board then, because that was ages ago. That's before competitive football was kicked, and we were getting players in then. So what's the point here? Are you trying to tell me that I'm brutal at what I'm saying? I did stick up for the board, and I'm highly frustrated at the board now at the moment. I'm disappointed in the board. Like, I thought there would have been a change of action from the board, but no, the blue moon wasn't out there. Unfortunately, the board are doing the same tactics they do every fucking year. Lastminute.com, loan. I will buy someone cheap, loan. So yes, I did stick up on the board. I did stick up for the logistics of how getting a player in. Yes, it is. It's not. It's just simple. Hey, do you want to come to Celtic? It doesn't work like that. As you've seen last week, a delegation flew to Belgium. So I fucking know what I'm talking about, because I've done this long enough. I may not be always accurate. I may not be the most precise Celtic YouTuber out there, but I'm fucking passionate. And I share the same feelings as you probably do. Want better for the club. So, yes. So, yeah. 8 million deal. Let's have a look at this, right? So, Brian, thank you very much for your comment. I do appreciate it. And as I said, you ain't a number in this channel. You're valued. Yeah, you're gonna. But this is the thing, right? So Paul is saying, I'm fed up with rumors. We need facts and movement now. With 4 days to go. Of course, you're right. But you're gonna get linked with every Dick and Harry. This is the final days of the transfer window. Celtic have a gun to their heads because they're panicking. They could have done this 6 weeks ago, as one of the previous comments said. They could have done a bit of swift action, but they didn't. They didn't, because they were sleeping at the wheel, and they were saying to themselves, you know what? Brendan and the team will get into the Champions League. We done it against Bisheva, we done it against Astana, but they didn't think about the bad times we didn't get. The AK Athens, the Malmos, the Fenerbahce, them ones. So this is it here. Last cash move. Celtic lineup stunning. Late swoop for 8 million. Denmark international as hero as Adam Idah edges closer to exit door. Ah, look at them two sweethearts. Look at them two. I love them guys. Does everyone love Chris Boyd and Russell Martin? I love them. It's great to see them thinking there. You know, they're manifesting. Oh, I wonder how much we're going to get pumped by Celtic the weekend. Maybe. But oh, look at that picture. That's a beautiful one. That is Brendan saying goodbye to us off the Nottingham Forest Day. Wish come true. Celtic finally land. Star for 4.5 million deal. Shouldn't came to this far. Shouldn't came this far. It should have been done 6 weeks ago when he wasn't in that squad. When he was putting up an Instagram picture of him in Nice. flying. That's when it should have been done. But no, it wasn't done like that. Because yet again, this is Celtic Football Club. This is lastminute.com. This is bargain basement. Bargain basement panic boy. We're like Liverpool with Andy Carroll, except Liverpool actually paid over the odds for Andy Carroll. But we panic. Sometimes we panic boy. And sometimes when we panic boy, we don't buy good quality. We try bringing quantity instead of quality. And that's the I would not be surprised that we do go out and get 1 or 2 players from the Scottish League, like we done with Luke McCown. And Luke McCown, I was buzzing when Luke McCown came in. Absolutely buzzing. So, yeah. I'm enjoying this podcast, I have to say. Who's the clown? Who's the clown? Is it Chris Boyd? Is it Chris Boyd? I know it's not me. Good night, good night, Norrie. Norrie boy, I hope I shall see you soon. Great picture, by the way. Spending too much. We sold already for 25 last season, offset buying. And we brought Arnie Ingles in for 11 million. And he has not been the level. He's probably been a 5 out of 10 so far. Most of his goals came in the penalty spot, you know. Martin Boyle, come on, plunge. Yes, he scores against Rangers, but Martin Boyle should have been a signing 4 years ago before he went to Saudi Arabia or Qatar or Oman, wherever he went to. Good baller. He's probably going to hunt Celtic this season, to be honest with you. Boyd leaving early made me chuckle. Did he leave early last night? I didn't know he left the Sky Sports commentating early. I didn't know that. Bowie. Some people are saying Bowie. Okay, let's look into Bowie. Let's have a look at his statistics. Kieran Bowie, eh? Or Kieran Bowie, if you want to say. 22 years of age. Northampton Town, 45 games, 9 goals. 30 games for Hibs, 9 goals. No, lads. No. I'm sorry, but that ain't selling to me. Yeah, he's goal the other night. The volley was unbelievable. Transfer market 1.3 million. They would probably want about 4 million for him because it's Celtic. Left-footed. Let's have a look. No, I don't know, lads. I just looking at. He could be. You know what? It could be a Scott McDonald. It could be a wild one. It could be a wild one. You know. It could be. But I used to play with football with Bowie and Northampton Town. Did you? The roof is on fire. He was going to sell a top striker within a few days in the window. Missed the boat there. 100%. 100%. Stephen, you're on the ball. You're right. 100%. You know. Damon Desmond won't sanction 8 million for Dolberg. 22. Good point. Unless Celtic get a 2-year deal and try make about 5 million back off him over the space of 2 years by playing in the Europa League and getting a bit of silverware there. But to be honest with you, if there's 7 million coming in for Adam Idah, even though they'll probably park 60% of that fee, you know. I don't know. We're in a fucking, to be honest, we're in a very, very confused few days. Confusion is, you know what, we're in a very, I'm gonna put this in the right term, a very anxious couple of days ahead. And I mean that. With a derby coming up, with Brendan Rodgers' press conference tomorrow, with Balakwisha after being coming in, we will get Hobby Sardici in as well. Sardici, if that's his name. Marcelo. I'm going to say Marcelo. The Uruguayan. Not the Argentinian. The Uruguayan. I've not seen it, but I think Morelos is available. Sivo available. Is Buffel available, is he? Our board is being greedy. They won't buy someone that can make profit. Well, I'd take, as I said to you, Glasgow, I probably would take Vardy for the season. There's nothing. It's like, you know, they know they'll make more money on it, but he's a goal poacher. He still has it. You know, even though he's 38. Jacob Murphy from Newcastle will be a good loan signing. Great last season for Newcastle. I can't see him getting much game time this season. Maybe have a look at this one, of course. Thanks very much for the suggestion. the suggestion. Say, hope he's enjoying the show. Give us a little rating out of 10 there in the comments. It's not TripAdvisor, but it's Keep the Visor. Get the comments in. Tell me how good I'm doing tonight. Am I on fire? Am I on fire? Am I doing all right? Am I a cheeky shy? Am I doing the job of 94 people tuning in on this wonderful 2 platforms? Let's give a couple of shout outs for, well, it's a couple of bad reactions here. Jonathan Barr gave me an angry face. Was that I like? Well, Jonathan, how's it going, Jonathan? Michael McCown, always a regular contributor. Pauline Black, Brian Dempsey. Is that the famous Brian Dempsey of 1994, is it? Angus Gus McKinnon. How are you getting on? John Callahan, is it? Michael McQuinlan, Carson Gallagher. Yeah, yep. Keith the Visor, of course. And I'm going to give this beautiful man a shout out tonight. This beautiful man stole my heart a year and a half ago when he asked me to do George Gadetti live. And we had a good time. But you know what? He done something special today. He went out and he broke the bank, not like Peter Lawwell, not like Michael Nicholson, not like Dermot Desmond. He broke the bank and he bought himself the 1993 C.R. Smith home jersey. A fucking steal of a jersey. John Collins, free kick, Ibrox. Per Van Hooydonk. Tosh McKinley. Get the names below. Get them all below. Hit me, baby, one more time. Vardy not coming now. Is he going to Clemenza? Is he? You're doing better than the rest, bringing the live reaction to the big news. As I said, I'm not here to call out with a podcast or they do their own thing. They all have their strengths. They all have their banter. They all do whatever they want. The simple fact is only one or two of them ever want to chat to me. And it's not me saying I'm a free agent. I want to be signed for a certain podcast. I'm just saying, let's have a fucking chat. Let's have a chat. I think I'll get on to the CSP tomorrow and have a chat with them, or the 4 League Clover podcast tomorrow. Have a chat with them lads if they're up for it. But why, I'd love to get on to a different podcast and have a chat with them. I want to be the guest. I want to be the one that's sitting in the seat and having the 4 lifelines and phone a friend and ask the audience. I want to be that guy. I want to give you my perspective. But instead, I don't get that fucking recognition. But you know what? Fuck everyone else. I do my own thing. And I do my thing good. And I know I do my thing good. Because clearly, there's 90 odd people watching me tonight. So anyone else, any other Celtic podcast that have 1K, 2K, 50K, that's your business. My business is I want to chat to you. And I'm sick of chasing you for a conversation. If you don't want to have a chat with me, fuck off then. Do your little click. Because you know what? We're all fans. And if you don't want an Irish guy on having a chat with you from Dublin and having a little banter about things, fine. I'm not going to sleep stressed about it. Really? I'll just do my own thing. Simple. You know? Yeah, Ryan's good. But I don't think Ryan wants to have a chat with me, and Ryan does what he does. Simple. Ryan is the oldest person. I'm not going to sit here and start licking Ryan's hole, because Ryan does what he does. He's good at what he does. He's passionate. He does it full time. Brilliant. Good job, Ryan. You know? And he calls it as it is. He's not filtered. He calls it as it is. Like me, I call it as it is. Hasn't been confirmed yet, Dennis. Once it's confirmed, we'll get there. Well, let's look at this lad anyway. Sorry for the distraction. Right winger. He can play right back. 24 years of age. Let's see. This is a great app, by the way. This mob. You need to get it. 178 appearances. That's not bad for Newcastle. Back from on loan. 20 goals in the 178 appearances. Played against Liverpool. Did he play against Liverpool? No, he didn't. Played against Villa. Got 12 minutes. Played 90 minutes in a friendly against Espanyol. Played a good portion of last season. So Eddie Howe knows him. So played 44 games for Sheffield Wednesday alone. Like, he has experience there playing in like the championship and stuff like that. But it doesn't. Not a bad show. Right winger. Not a bad show. I look at his best moments and stuff when I'm off it, you know. Yeah. Keith's on fire. I am on fire because I'm just sick of this shit. I'm sick of, like, do this, do that with them. Nah, they don't want it. Simple as. They don't want it. I don't care. As I said, I know I worded it wrong, but I'm not gonna lose sleep of not going on another podcast. Simple as. Fuck them. That's no animosity towards them, but just me being honest, like, a well established of 125,000 followers across everything. It's not a case that I'm unknown. May not be go to the games, may not give the reaction, may not be the fucking correspondent standing at the end of Celtic Way and giving you your Fabricio Romero chats, but I can do what I can do. I've got my ring light, I've got my camera, I've got my laptop, I've got my phone, and most of all, I've got this beautiful picture. And I've got Kurt Cobain smoking a cigar. I'm smoking a cigarette over there as well. So things are good. And I've got blue shoes as well. They're for work. So yeah. Them blue shoes are for dancing. So yeah. Let's have a look at his. Oh Jesus, this is the hard one to even bleed and spell. Oh, my dyslexia is kicking in now. Jesus Christ. I do have dyslexia, by the way. I just don't wonder if anyone's wondering. Swan fans moaning about signing Idah. Well, get it right up to you. Get it up, yeah. Swansea. Jack Club. Fuck Swansea. Fuck them. You know that way. Yeah, my true self, boy. Even though I have me DNA jersey on. Love it. Absolutely sweating here. Sweating like Ali McCoist on gardening leave. I'm absolutely pumping with sweat here at the moment. You know, 90 people are tuning in. So will anyone be attending? Oh, there's me hamster. We call him Forrest after James Forrest. That's what the missus called him, because James Forrest is like a saint in this gaff. We have James Forrest pictures of him in the gaff. His autobiography. We have Forrest jerseys. We've got a video from James Forrest wishing my missus a happy birthday and all. I need to get up on the channel and show you. But yeah, we have a connection with James. We have a good connection with James. So and obviously another admin on the page as well, Holly Differ, that runs the Commander Hoops with me on Facebook. She has a good relationship with James as well as a friend. So as a fan, you know, she obviously lives up near Lennoxtown and meets James on a regular basis. So yeah, usual the pub league garbage, is it? Is it? Let's see. Let's have a look. Now, where's the comments gone? Oh, my comments have disappeared. Wait. Nathan saying the Sky Sports are saying, are they? They are indeed. Oh my God, look at you, Nathan, on the ball. You're on the ball, Nathan. Don't mess with the Nathan. There we go, folks. There we go. From one of my favourite journalists, Anthony Joseph. Celtic have made Anderlecht's Kasper Dolberg their #1 striker target. Celtic FC explored the conditions of a deal earlier this month. Oh, so they must have known that Idah was on the way out. Interesting. Now, with Adam on the verge of departing for Swansea City for $7 million, Celtic are considering returning with an offer. There we go, folks. Some reaction tonight. Some late drama at the Reebok from Keith Corcoran. There you go. We're gonna look into this guy yet again. We're gonna pull up his stats, give you a bit of a insight into Kasper Dolberg that plays for Anderlecht. He's 27 years of age. He's going to be 28 on the 6th of October. So make sure you have the birthday card out. Make sure you have the Dolberg banner outside your gaff for Kasper Dolberg, because he'll want that birthday wishes. 94% goals stats compared to other forwards. Let's have a look at this. This is pretty interesting here on the right. Let me see. It's gonna stop sharing this for a second, right? I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna get back to you. I don't think I'm neglecting your comments, folks. What is going on? Try comment below. What's going on here? There we go. Sorry, doesn't look that great. This is a good caliber player. This is what we needed. I think we should try and persuade Club Brugge. That's not a bad shit. Do you know what, Francis? I was actually thinking that last night. The Club Brugge are starting to be an established team in the Champions League. They've been in the campaign for the last 3 seasons. And you know what? Do you agree with these? Beggars can't be choosers. The Belgian league is a good league. Look at it. You've got Anderlecht, you've got Royal Antwerp, you've got Club Brugge, you got Genk, you got Ghent. Look what O's doing over there. You got Stade Liège. You got I can't pronounce Cercle Brugge, the team that played Kilmarnock, was it, or St. Mirren or something? No, it was a Kilmarnock, I think it was. Who else did we have? Mechelen. There's decent teams in that bleeding Pro Jupiter League. You know, people don't realise that. He's not great. He's 5 goals in 8 games this season. Let me have a look, lads and ladies. Let me have a look. As I said, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I'm on it over an hour and a half now. I'm just pleading with you like I'm pleading to the Celtic board. Do some business. Sub to the channel. Sub to the channel. I just need 2 more subs. 2 more effing subs. Look at 2 more subs. You know? 2 more subs. That doesn't. Jesus, that's a completely different thing. But yeah, there we go. 4 goals. Let me see. Well, I will be live tomorrow from about 20 to 12 for the Europa League draw, and hopefully we'll have a bit more chat regards to Idah, Kasper Dolberg, Marcelo, the Uruguayan from Boca Juniors as well. So yeah, this is his stats, folks. 95 games for Anderlecht, and he has scored 44 goals in that time. Anderlecht, did he qualify for the Conference League? Did he? Does anyone know? It looks like they did qualify, doesn't it? AK Athens, yeah. He's played for Hoffenheim. He's played for Sevilla on loan. Didn't work out from Sevilla. Look, his goal, like even for Nice, he done all right. Ajax not bad as well. Like obviously he must have come through the Ajax Academy. Yeah, Ajax Academy. So there's a player. That is a player there. I would be, you know what? I'd be happy to get this guy in. 27. I know people are saying in the comments, oh, that's not Dermot Desmond's philosophy. Nothing we can make money off. Get this guy in for 3 years. And then he's 30. Well, he's going to be probably 31 when he leaves, and he'll probably feck off back to Belgium or go back to Denmark or something around like that. You know, I think he could do a job. And Conference League experience in there, Europa League experience in there. Where's his like goals, regular play, 4 from, so like, why not? Why not? Guy looks like a baller. Like, this is what I'm saying. This app is class. Gives you a bit of a in-depth about the lads. Super Cup. So this is his honours. He's won the Super Cup with Ajax, Eredivisie. Lads, we should be going for this guy. Simple. Hopefully we are going to put in a decent bid, you know. And what height was he actually? What height is he? I always have to do this. 1.86 cm in feet. What's that in feet? 6'1". He's 6'1" as well. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much, Wilson. He's on the ball. So yeah, Thank you very much for the £5 as well. That will get me. What will it get me actually? What can I get out of £5? Europa League badge? Maybe. But yeah, I don't think so. Swansea scouts have been watching their games. Well, do you know what? As much as we criticise Idah has scored in the Champions League against an English team twice. So they've probably seen that as well. They've obviously seen him scoring against Rangers as well. So they'll probably tick the box in that. Plus he's 24. It just doesn't suit Celtic's system, doesn't suit Celtic's football. And sadly, Adam Idah is not at Celtic's quality. When he came in on loan, when he's trying to make an impact to get a move away from Norwich when times were shit, yes, he was up there, but he just completely dipped. Even though he scored 20 goals last season, it just didn't feel like a 20-goal striker. And that's the god honest truth. You know? I think Brendan's got some favours being called in at Swansea. 100%. Like, obviously, Brendan done well at Swansea. Who did he have? Was it Leon Britton? Scott Sinclair? Who was that guy? Who was the keeper in goal? The Dutch keeper. Oh my God, he was a cracking keeper. Who was that guy? Ashley Williams that played for Swansea. What's his name? Joe Allen. Joe Allen at Swansea. Joe Allen was like the Pirlo, the Welsh Pirlo at Swansea. What's that guy that played in goal for them? Oh Jesus, anyone know? Remember the Swansea keeper? What was his name? He went to Tottenham then. Oh, I'm not going to Google it. I just want to see does anyone remember him. He was like he was a decent keeper as well. I think we were actually linked to him at one time. Sure, don't send Swansea any videos until he signs. Well, look at Mikey Johnson. Mikey Johnson came off the bench for West Brom against Wrexham and provided 2 assists the other week. Oh, what's that keeper's name? No, not that guy. Oh Jesus, not him. I know he not him. The other guy. Oh, what's his name? He was the Dutch keeper. Oh, he played for Spurs as well. Spurs keeper. Swansea. Oh, he's wrecking me head. He was a good keeper. Michael Vorm. That's who it is. Michael Vorm. Remember Michael Vorm? That's the guy. He was class. He was deadly at Swansea. Michael Vorm. Yeah. He was a crazy nutter, he was. Yeah. He was a good. Yeah, Johnson's doing well down in West Brom. He's doing pretty decent as well. I did want to ram it up the Doubters. To be honest with you, he was one of Idah's biggest fans for a long time. And eventually the patience wind down. But when you see an offer like that coming in for Adam Idah, is anyone able to bring Adam Idah down to Wales tonight in the comments? Because we can get Adam Idah, we can get that guy down to Wales. You know? Maybe Celtic banned. But yeah. Michel Ange is injury prone. Right. He missed a good chunk of the first half of last season. Michel. Remember him? Didn't he score like 2 goals in the Mestalla for Swansea? Remember him? Was it Rodgers that brought in Michel? I don't think so. Was it Rodgers? No, it wasn't. Who was the Swansea manager then? Lardrup. It was Lardrup that brought in Michel. Jesus, I can't remember that like yesterday. Because they won the Carling Cup. Who did he play in the final? Was it Bradford? He played in the final? I think it was Bradford. No, Lennon. Yeah, but it's a shame about, like, for example, Lennon Miller was another one where the board could have been ambitious and got him. But he's gone to Indonesia now, and he's probably going to rip it up over there, you know, as well. I'll go and pick Idah up and take him to Wales for a can of wine brew. Full fat or extra? Or do you want the dye one? Brilliant. This is a good podcast tonight. Michel Vorm, yeah. The guy. He was linked with a move to Celtic. Hit and miss for Anderlecht. Look. I think we should go in from. As not me being panicking or because I see a name and I'm like, oh Jesus, let's go. Because we've been linked with feck all names in recent times. You don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for him. To be honest with you, like it was a high price. He knew the demand. He knew the big club culture. He knew what he was signing in for. He got a taste when he went on loan. He scored some brilliant goals for us when he was on loan. But as I said, I just can't get in my head. He scored 20 goals last season because he went 15 games without scoring. Imagine. I think we have made sales off players in the past that have been duds for Celtic, like decent sales, like Kouassi. Remember Eboué Kouassi? So Sky Sports are really reporting that Swansea will pay 7 million for Idah. I've only seen one report from the record. Yeah, they are. I'll show you now, bud. How's it going, Bobby? What's the crack, bud? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well on this fabulous Thursday night. We're getting used to these nights in the Europa League. There you go, buds. But Idah on the verge of departing for Swansea. Now, Anthony Joseph works for Sky Sports. He's a journalist for Sky Sports. A lot of good connections in Scottish football. There you go as well. This was 1 hour ago. Swansea are closing in on the signing of Celtic striker Idah, worth a deal around 7 million quid. Bite me hand off. Off you go, bud. There's your Uber fare. Go down the road. Enjoy it. Enjoy it down there, Barry. Go on. So there you go. There's another one there as well. So there you go. He's on the way. No, it's on Sky Sports. It's on Sky Sports. So once it's on Sky Sports, it's a bit more concrete. And Mark Hendry as well. He's put one up as well about the Idah story as well. So these are. What about Yang? The Yang story's been quiet since yesterday afternoon. I'm just gonna look up and see if there's anything else on it. Birmingham City. Just 2 seconds now. Anything else on Yang since yesterday? He was linked with a move to Norwich. 27th. Yesterday. That was yesterday. What time was that yesterday? Doesn't say. Let me click into the tweet. 11 o'clock. Football League World. How many followers do they have? 48,000. That's not a bad. So yeah. Nothing about Yang since yesterday morning, folks. So we can get a taxi driver that's willing to go to Birmingham on the way and then kicking down to Nacham. Is he still there? I know there was pictures of him training in the Celtic gear and stuff like that in recent times. He was up his own arse, to be honest with you. That stubbornness from Nacham, even though he scored that historic goal in the Stadio Olimpico for Celtic against Lazio in the Europa League. Is he still there? It looks like he is on. Was he? Wait. Where is he now? No, he's in Turkey. He's in Turkey since 2023. Samanspor, is it? Who are they? Turkish league. Is that the main league? He finished third. Jesus. He's been in Turkey. Yeah, he's been in Turkey and he finished third in the Super League in Turkey last season. Nacham. Olivier Nacham. I used to call him Oliver Neacham. Oliver Neacham used to get abuse over it. Let's see. How is Nacham doing over in Turkey? 29 years of age. 63. Do you know what? Considering he's attacking mid, he's doing well over there. He's doing well, Nacham. Let me see. Who was the message? Who put that message up, Adrian? Adrian! So this is Olivier Nisham, the Cameroon international. He's been over in Turkey since the last 2 years. 63 games, 12 goals. Play tonight against Panathinaikos. They are into the. We could have a reunion with Nacham in the Europa League. It looks like. So He played tonight. He's been playing regularly. Hey, do you know what? He's in good nick. He's been playing 4 games. Look at the champ's done well. You only played 6 games for Marseille, remember? But yeah, so that's in the champ. Balak wish it. I will never forget the support and the love you gave me. I wish you the best for the future. I will continue to follow and support you. Love you soon. Our new wingers farewell message. Was that for Balak wish to Royal Antwerp? He's 29 now. Nacham is. Don't know who he is. Kobe. Manchester United. Oh yeah, I seen something about this guy yesterday. Where does he play? Defensive midfielder. That's what we need. That's what we need. Right, let's have a look at this guy. And there's me talking about defensive midfielders for ages. There we go. Did he play in the League Cup last night against Grimsby? Jesus Christ, they were brutal last night. Laughable. So defensive midfield, centre midfield, attacking midfield. 20 years of age. 73 games for Man United. Senior career. What? 7 goals. This guy doesn't. Yeah, he played against Grimsby last night. We could get this guy on loan. I definitely think 61 million. 61 million value. Get the boat, would you? Manchester United, get the boat. Let me just check this. Let me check his wages. Let's see what he's on. I would say he's on about 40 grand a week at Man United. Well, 20 grand a week he's on. I'll show you now. Now this is an old picture. When was this article? Let me see. This said 20 grand a week. 25 grand a week he's on. Yeah, he's on 25 weeks. I'll show you now. Doesn't want to respond. Sure, it was an 82 or something. Stankovic is a baller. Some shots he was taking last night, unbelievable. Stankovic, he'll not leave Club Brugge. He'll go somewhere. Get him in there. I'm going to bop in a minute. It's nearly almost 2 hours. So I just want to see if anyone else has subscribed to the channel. Yeah, let me see. One more. We're 1 away. We are 1 away from 19,000. Who's going to step up and be a legend? Who's going to step up? So he's on 25 grand a week. Where is this? So there you go there. We could afford him. Yeah, it's a lot of money for 20 for 20. Need a fresh. Can do well. So if folks are live tomorrow around 11:45 for the Europa League draw. So just want to give a massive thank you to everyone that has tuned in tonight, that has contributed, that has enjoyed the live and enjoyed the banter. And once we have an update regards to Idah going down to South Wales and maybe putting a fresh approach in for Danish striker Kasper Dolberg, and if it's going to kind of cold from Manchester United, we'll have a look. But thank you very much for all your suggestions tonight, looking up these players. And yes, welcome Michel and Valak wish you. And we'll be talking about the Europa League tomorrow. We'll be talking about the derby game on Sunday, the vital game on Sunday. And we'll be talking about Marcelo Salachi as well. Hopefully he will be announced tomorrow, the Uruguayan left back from Boca Juniors on a season-long move as well. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I shall leave you with the usual. It's old, it's golden, it's funny, and it never. Adam Idah will be enjoying this moment. It's best time itself. A big click into it. The broadband works. Nah, it doesn't want to play. But look, I'm going to leave here, right? I'll speak to you all soon.